So I told you the evaluation phase, how to evaluate the ideas. Okay. So the idea is evaluated based on different aspects. So this is very easy for you to understand. So you have two methods. One is first one is the paired comparison method, and another one is a decision matrix method. So decision matrix name indicates decision matrix. So you need to decide the best ideas. That is the name of decision matrix. But before going to the decision matrix, you need to pair the ideas. Ideas basically with respect to different parameters. Okay, for this project, the cost, validation, savings, implementation time, and environmental sustainability is taken as a parameter. Different product will have different parameters. Okay, sometimes manufacturing also can be taken. Sometimes you can create ideas. Okay, but at the same time, you cannot do the manufacturing for the ideas whatever you have created. Okay, in that case, the criteria may be different. So for here, the criteria is for this oil pan, water pump, and crankshaft. For the tractor engine, the criteria is taken as development cost, validation, savings, implementation time, and environmental sustainability. The cost, why they have taken the cost? Because the cost is very much important to reduce. And validation, what is called validation? Validation is nothing but testing. Because when you do any changes, because I told you you are going to reduce the volume, you are going to change the process, and you're also going to remove some of the weight. You're going to reduce the overall weight of the oil pan. So you need to do some testing basically to ensure that the failure is not going to happen. Then also savings. Okay. Even development, what is called development cost and what is called saving. Saving is nothing but how much cost you are going to save, and development cost is nothing but for testing. You need to have some cost, right? Because in engine you do a lot of testing like cyclic load test, resonance durability test, thermal shock test, cyclic load test, uh, and also you do some of the vehicle level test. Okay, for all these tests, some costs are involved. Okay, for 1 hour, almost 3,000 to 3,500 rupees. The testing cost will happen. Okay, and diesel cost is there. So there will be other additional costs. Okay, for testing. So all this put together, you need to take that. And again, implementation time. What is the time required to complete the validation? Okay, I told you many tests. Okay, so cyclic load test will happen for 1,000 hours. So for completing 1,000 hours, it may take 3 months time. And in 3 months time, there should not be any failure. If in case any failure happens, then again the implementation time will be getting delayed. What is the impact on the environmental sustainability? So all these have been taken as our priority for the third comparison. Okay, listen this very carefully. Very carefully you have to listen. Okay, I will be very slow. See, A, B, C, D, E stands for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 parameters as A, B, C, D, E. So you have to put it here horizontally. And vertically, what you have to put is same. Similarly, you have to put the same. But you don't need to put the A, because I will tell you that what is this all about. So here 10 points. So I'm going to compare A with B, A with B, A with C, A with D, and A with E. It means I'm going to compare development cost with validation, development cost with savings, development cost with implementation time, and development cost with environmental sustainability. So here, look at this very carefully, very, very carefully. Okay. So I'm going to compare this development cost with validation. So which is very much important for me, whether the cost or the validation. For me, the validation is very much important. Okay, because if you test the product, there should not be any failure. Okay? So validation is very much important than the development cost. Okay, even I can, instead of paying 3,000 or 3,500 for 1 hour, I can even pay 4,000 also. But during the testing, my product should not fail, right? So that's why I'm giving 7 points and 3 points to cost and 7 points to validation. So how these points are being coming 7 and 3? This is based on the cross-functional team. So yesterday I told you the cross-functional team. Who are all the cross-functional team in a company? Design team, development team, testing team, sourcing team, purchase team, marketing team. So these are all the people. Okay, they give the value basically. It's based on the cross-functional team, based on the brainstorming, based on the rating. Okay, 1 to 10 they give the rating. Even last example, infotainment, and even yesterday, Mr. Randir given you vehicle diagnostic, right? Even for that, the ideas have been selected based on these ratings. But yesterday, I think he directly gone with the decision matrix. But before decision matrix, you could also, means it is necessary to do this paired comparison. Okay. Now I'm going to compare the development cost and savings. So for me, both are very much important. Okay, cost saving also important and development cost also very much important. Five. So this is not my value. This is the value given by the team, by the cross-functional team. Okay, and now I'm going to compare the development cost with parameter D, implementation time, which is very much important. Time or development cost. So it will vary from case to case. So here they given more importance to development cost. Okay, 7 points they given and 3 points to D3. D means implementation time. So, and I'm going to compare A with E. A is nothing but development cost, and E is nothing but economic sustainability. So they given 6 points to A and E for 4 points to E. Okay, good. So far, I think you understood. If any doubt, you ask me. Immediately put it in chat box, or put unmute and then you ask me. Now I'm going to compare the validation with other parameters. So already I have compared the validation with development. Already I have compared here. Okay. Now I'm going to compare this validation cost B with C called savings, which is important. Validation is important, right? 7 points here and 3 points here. And when I compare the validation with implementation time, when I compare B with D, both are important. So each having 5 points. When I compare the validation with the environmental sustainability, P having 6 points and E having 4 points. E is nothing but environmental sustainability. Now I'm going to compare C with other parameters. So I need to compare savings with A, means development cost, C with A, B, D, and E. So C is nothing but savings. So already we have compared savings with development cost and validation. So already we have compared here. So now what I have to do is I need to compare the savings with implementation time. So savings is important, having 7 points and 3 here. And when I compare the savings with economic sustainability, both are having 5 points. And the last one is implementation cost, implementation time. And when I need to compare this with the E category, both are having 5 points. Good. So now you listen very carefully. Now what I have to do is I need to score what for this each and every parameter. I need to put the score. See, I need to add the A value. A 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 6 will be 21. Okay, so overall score for development cost is 21. And the overall score for validation B point is 7, B7 you add here 7 plus 7 14, 14 plus 5 19, 19 plus 6 25. And A will be 3 plus 5 8, 8 plus 7 15, and 15 plus 6 21. Now C category for savings C3 and C7. Okay. Now we have to go with the C category, right? C having 5 plus 7 12, and here on C3 in the hence 15, and here C5 15 plus 5 20. And D implementation time, for which D 5.5 plus 3 8, 8 plus 5 15, 8 plus 5 is 13, 13 plus 3 is 16. And last one is the category called E. E is 18. How it is 18? E5 plus E5, E10, E14, 14 plus 4, 18. Okay, so like this, you need to give the first, you need to complete this matrix, this value, which is having the highest score. Okay, now you need to go for a decision matrix to decide the ideas, because we have collected many ideas, right? We have collected many ideas. Which idea is the best idea? Okay, now you listen this very carefully. So here to E, 5 parameters having whatever the score we got in the pair comparison, you have to put it here. And now I'm going to compare. I'm going to give the rating out of 1 to 10. Okay, I'm going to give the rating in the range of 1 to 10 for the 7 ideas, because this 7 idea is been finalized one. Okay, so the ideas includes to eliminate the stiffness support by going with higher grade material, and there are many ideas. Okay, and one of the other idea is to optimize the wall thickness, and also to eliminate the non-drips areas. Okay, these are different ideas. Okay, let ideas be as it is. Now what I have to do is I have to give the rating 1 to 10 with the help of the cross-functional team. All the team departments, cross-functional department or multi-regional team will give the rating. Okay, will give the rating. What they will give the rating? They will give the rating considering what will be the development cost. So when I go for this idea, when I go for eliminating the stiffness support of oil pan by using the higher grade material, the team gives 5 points out of 10 for this idea, and they give 7 points for this idea. So for each and every individual idea, they give the rating. Okay. Similarly, for the validation time, they give the rating individually. Similarly, for cost saving, they give the rating individually. For implementation time, they give the individual rating. And for sustainability, they give the individual rating. Now, what you have to do is you need to add all the things. So here, you have to multiply. How you have to do is 21 into 5, 21 into 5 plus 25 into 5 plus 20 into 8 plus 16 into 7 plus 18 into 8. Overall, you get 646. So this is how you have to do. You have to do the matrix. You need to decide the matrix decision matrix here indicates you need to decide with respect to the paired comparison what you got in the last slide. So similarly, 21 into 7 plus 25 into 2 plus 20 into 7 plus 10 into 2 plus 18 into 5. Put together, you get 459 points for this idea of going for a relocation of the mounting arrangement of the mounted parts of oil pan. And for optimizing the wall thickness of oil pan, going with the advanced manufacturing process, the team had been given 6 points to development cost and 6 points to validation cost and 8 points to cost saving and 5 points to implement uh, points, and for the sustainability 7 points. Same procedure is been repeated here, and you need to repeat it for all the ideas, and you have to select the best ideas having the highest point. So 646 highest one. So this is the first number one idea. So the number one idea is to eliminate the stiffness support in oil pan by going for a higher grade material. And second idea is to optimize the wall thickness by going for advanced manufacturing process. And the third idea is to eliminate the rips and bosses.